Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Welcome to Wake and Stretch on this Friday morning. If you can see these two little paws over here, that is Zeus. He is ready to go as well. So this morning, I thought maybe we could do a little inversion free and see how that goes this morning. Have a little bit of a tension headache, and sometimes being upside down doesn't feel great. Although traditional yoga says to do inversions to make headaches better, but I think I'm going to focus more on stretching out the shoulders and the chest to try to relieve, and the neck to relieve some of that tension. It's just from sleeping in a funky position with the head. You know, sometimes if you sleep with your head turned at a weird angle, you just kind of wake up with an ache. So that's what I'm going to try to tackle today. Go ahead and grab any props that you may need. Any blocks, pillows, straps, blankets, whatever. And I'll meet you on the mat. Sound good? Cool. All right, so we'll just start in a comfortable seated position. Hands can rest on your thighs, palms up or down, whichever way you prefer. Sitting up nice and tall with the eyes closed. And start to focus in on your breath. Taking a deep breath is always okay. If you want to exhale out of the mouth, go for it. Helps to relieve some stress. And then gradually bring the breath back to just the nose, in and out through the nose. Take notice as to where your breath is going in your body. It always comes into the lungs, but notice if it's coming down into the belly at all. It's just an observation. There's no right or wrong here. If you notice that the breath is primarily in your upper ribs, upper lung, upper shoulder area, and see if you can drop it down a little bit with each breath so that the belly becomes more involved. This will help to create a more grounded, full breath. Once you get settled into that rhythm of breath and it feels a little bit more full, let's push the breath just a little bit. So when you inhale, see if you can go just a little bit longer with your inhale to fill up just a tad bit more. And then exhale, let it all out. As you do this, as you get more comfortable with filling up with more air, you may feel this strange, stretchy sensation. Can be related to pain, but it's not actually all that painful. What it is it's the deepest layers of muscles around the rib cage stretching, and sometimes you'll feel it up in the shoulders, the top of the shoulder area. And this is natural and it's okay. Most of us on a daily basis only use, 50% capacity of what our lungs can actually take in as far as air. So taking some deliberate, deep, full breaths will help to expand it and use it. Not to mention the benefits of bringing in more oxygen, right, on the physiological aspect of things. And just take a few more breaths like this, as full and as deep as you can. Not activating the shoulders to lift up, just let the body be as you inhale. And then enjoy that release as you exhale. Let's take one more full breath. Gradually let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. And gradually blink the eyes open if they were closed. Let's take a nice stretch here. So sweeping the arms up overhead, interlace the fingers, slip the palms up. Oh, enjoy the snap, crackles, and pops. I know you can't hear mine, but boy, there were a lot of them. Give a little tilt from side to side. Opening up the side space where the ribs are, the armpits. Activating the oblique muscles and the abdominals. And then come back through center. As you exhale, release the arms, gently twist to the right. Inhale through center, exhale to the left. Inhale coming through center, exhale where you need to. Now let's find our way into child's pose. Knees can be narrow or wide, whatever suits your fancy this morning. I'm going to use my block here so that I am inversion free. If you're not inversion free, do it as you wish. Let yourself settle down into the child's pose. One more breath here. On your next inhale, gently lift the head, come up onto hands and knees, square off the legs if they were wide. Let's take a few shoulder rolls here. So before we do cow and cat, so just let yourself sink down into the shoulders, then roll them back. And if the spine moves along with it, it's fine. We're not trying to restrict any movement. We're just focusing on the shoulders. So it's just a nice, gentle wake up for the shoulders here. One more circle of the shoulders. And then let them come to neutral. We'll move into cow and cat from here. So inhaling, lifting the heart and tail. Exhaling and curling. Inhale. And exhale. Take about 3 more cows and cats on your own time, your own breath pattern. Once you finish that last round, we'll meet up in tabletop. Walk the hands forward about an inch or 2 and then extend the legs back and find your plank. Breathing in plank. Getting the body nice and warm, getting the heart rate lifting a little bit. Let's flip it into side plank. So coming onto the left hand, roll onto the outer edges of the feet. You do not have to stack them. One in front of the other is sufficient. Gently bring it back to regular plank. And switch to the other side, plank onto the right hand. Breathe. Bring it back to regular plank. And vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, find your way back to child's pose, or if you're not inversion free, then downward facing dog. Let those wrists rest. If you need to roll them around a little bit, go ahead and roll them around. And on your next inhale, bring yourself back into tabletop. Move any props out of your way. Find your plank again, extending the legs back. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, curl the spine, thigh to the chest. Now if this is too challenging, then gently lower down the back knee. Yeah? Inhale, extend the leg back. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, curl it in. Step that foot around or forward or through. However you can get that foot forward is fine. We'll take it into a twist. So inhaling, lifting the heart, and then exhale, gently twist to the right. Let's make this a little bit of a flow. So as you inhale, come back through center, chest squares off. As you exhale, move it back into the twist. Inhaling, coming back to center. Exhale, gently twist to the right. Let's go about 2 or 3 more times. Follow your own breath pattern. Gently come back through center. Exhale the hands down to the mat. Find your way back to plank. Vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, child's pose, staying only for a few breaths this time, not a very long time. Just a brief breath. All right, from here, inhale, lift it up, find your way into plank. Taking that second side, inhale the left heel up just a touch, then exhale, curl it in. You can always modify and make this into a half tabletop if you'd like, with the right knee down. Inhale, extend the left leg back. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, extend it back. Exhale, pull it in, step that foot through, forward, around, whatever works. And find your way into your low lunge. We'll take that same flow. So inhale as the heart points forward, and exhale as you twist to the left. Allow the shoulders to stay relaxed away from the ears as you move back and forth through the twist. Take this about 2 more times. On your inhale, bring it back through center. Exhale, release the hands down. Find your way to plank, vinyasa, or just shift it back to child's pose, up to you. So from here, we're going to thread the needle. Some people call this pin the needle. And it can be done in child's pose. Or if you want a little bit more inversion, you can do it from hands and knees. The upper body is exactly the same either way. So you're going to take let's take the right arm first. You're going to thread it underneath. Bring your shoulder to the middle of the mat. And either let the head come down if you're okay with inversions. If you're not, then bring the block underneath your head. You get a nice twist here. This helps to open up behind the shoulder blade, the deltoid, and along the tricep muscle, as well as the beautiful twist that happens through the spine. Now, if you want a little bit more intensity here, you can take the left fingertips and press down into them and try to improve the, not improve, what's the word I want? Increase. Increase the twist a little bit so the chest opens. This will give you more intensity for that stretch. You can even take that top arm and bind it behind the back if you'd like. And one more nice deep breath. And inhale, bring it up. 2 hands on the mat. Exhale where you need, tabletop. A few cows and cats. We're going to take one more cow and cat. And then we'll take pin the needle or thread the needle on the other side. So whichever position you like, up on the knees or in child's pose. Thread the left arm underneath, shoulder comes down to the middle of the mat. Use the block here if you'd like for inversion 3. Right arm can go where you'd like it on this side. Good. On your inhale, gently bring yourself back up. 2 hands on the mat. Find your way into tabletop. A few cows and cats. Take one more round of cow and cat. And bring yourself to a nice neutral spine. Find plank. And vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Just a few breaths. From here, let's bring it up into a comfortable seated position. So you can sit on a prop if you'd like. It looks like today's turning out to be a little bit more gentle. But as I said earlier, this is to help relieve tension in the neck and shoulders and avoid tension headaches throughout the day. So now that we're nice and twisted and kind of open in the chest, let's take some nice eagle arms. One of my faves. So the right arm underneath the left, twist and connect, or you can give a nice hug here if this shape is not available to you. So let the shoulders relax down. Make sure your front ribs are still laced together. What tends to happen is the ribs pop forward. We don't want that. We want the spine to be as long and tall as possible. I'm actually going to angle myself a little bit differently so that you can see what I'm going to do next. All right, so keeping the upper arms in line with the shoulders, so avoid dropping them down. Keep them lifted so they're parallel to the ground. Take an inhale here, and as you do, imagine lifting the heart up and through the fingertips, and arch so the throat opens. And then exhale, tuck the chin, so you get a nice stretch down the spine. Nice, slow, intentional movement. Inhale, lifting the heart, the throat, and the face. And then exhale, curl it. One more time. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, curl it. And on your inhale, come back to neutral. Now let those arms rest on your chest and let them fall naturally to the left. It should feel pretty good to let them fall that way. And then gently, right ear towards the right shoulder. So this provides a nice stretch through the left side of the neck. And the weight of the arms helps to increase the stretch. Be mindful if you get dizzy or something doesn't feel quite right, then ease out of it. Sometimes it feels good to gently move the chin away from the neck or the throat and toward it in this position. But if this aggravates you in any shape or form, then don't do it. And gently bring the ear so it's on top of the shoulder again. Inhale yourself back up to vertical. Gently release the arms. Take a nice goddess with the arms. Squeeze those shoulder blades together behind you. And release the arms down, palms up. Just give a moment to feel whatever is going on in the shoulders and the spine. All right, moving on to the other side. Arms out to the side to a T. This time the left arm comes underneath the right. Make sure those upper shoulders, no, those aren't shoulders, those are arms. Your upper arms are in line with the shoulder. Looking for a 90-degree angle in the arms and the elbow joints. All right, here we go with our little cat-cow. So inhale, lifting the heart, the throat, the eyes, extending upward. And then exhale, chin to the chest, let the spine curl. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, curling again. One more time with that little flow. And come back to a nice neutral head. Let the arms rest on the chest and then let them go over to the right. Left ear to the left shoulder. Enjoying the stretch through the neck. And if it feels okay for you, slowly, gently, and mindfully lift the chin away from the chest. As you inhale and then exhale, bring it down. So it's sort of that same movement of cow and cat. And we want to move slowly here because the neck muscles do a lot for us. I mean, they hold up our big heads, right? No insult intended. Our heads are actually pretty heavy. So these little collection of, large collection of little muscles do all this work to keep our heads elevated. It's nice to give them some love sometimes. Now from here, bringing the ear over the shoulder, if you want to give a little rotation, looking upward and downward, if that feels good. I'm going to pull a red flag on that one for myself. That doesn't feel great. So I'm just going to hang out here for another breath. When you're ready, bring it back up to neutral. Both the hands of the arms and the head. Gently untangle. Find the goddess. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. Good. Gently release the arms down, palms up, and allow yourself to feel the feels. What's going on in those shoulders, neck, throat, upper chest. Hopefully things are feeling a little bit more open, a little bit more relaxed. All right, so from here, I'm going to take a nice stretch for the pec muscle. I'm going to do this in a seated position. So if you have a wall nearby or a sturdy chair, go ahead and grab that and bring it next to you. I happen to have this nice banister right behind me, so I'm going to use that. And actually, let's come up onto knees because I think it'll be easier to move around. So you want to bring your, whichever arm you want to go with first, behind you. Bring your hand flat on the wall, the chair, or whatever. If you need to grab onto it, it's fine too. And you're going to turn your body away from the hand. So ideally, you're getting a nice stretch through the pec muscle, the front of the deltoid, and the bicep area. Now, if you're really tight in the arms, you may feel this all the way down through the forearm to the wrist. All good, yeah? Just be mindful of any pins, needles, or pain. We don't want any pain. Numbness, that's a big no-no. If you do feel those things, then ease out of the stretch. Now, one thing that we can do here as well is see what it feels like to collapse the chest forward a bit. And then lift it. Notice how the stretch changes. And these are very subtle, intentional movements. So we're not moving fast, we're allowing the muscles to do what they need to without any surprises. You always have the option of just sitting still. I'm throwing in these little extras just to go a bit deeper. If you're doing a little bit of the cow-cat action and find your way back to neutral, don't move the arm, move the body. Move your body so that you come back to this nice neutral position. Then gently lower the arm. Don't try to shake it out or anything. Palms up, just rest. Wow, that left arm, well, my left arm feels really different than the right. So cool. And once it feels a little bit back to normal, if you will, let's switch to the other side. The other arm now extends behind, finding a wall, a chair, banister, whatever you might have that gives you some resistance. Then turn the body away from the arm. And the angle is up to you. Generally speaking, if it's in line with the shoulder, you get a nice pec stretch, but sometimes you'll feel more sensation of the arms at a higher angle. As long as you don't feel any pinching or pain, you're good. All right, once you find that sensation, the nice stretch, the healthy stretch without the pins and needles, feel free to add in that little bit of cow and cat. And this is more so with the ribs now than any other part of the spine. Naturally, because that's where the shoulder lives. Really connect with your breath here, moving slowly and mindfully. Let's take one more breath with the arm here. Bring your spine back to neutral. And exhale where you need. Move the body first. Then release the arm. Let it rest on your thigh, palm up. And feel those feels. We're going to do one more thing while we're here for the arms. So getting the fascia in the hand, the fingers, and the forearms. We did a little bit of that from behind, more so focusing on the pec muscles and the front of the shoulder. This is concentrated more for the lower part of the arm. So pulling the fingers back. Now, if this is it for you and this feels intense, then stay here and you can breathe there. If you want a little bit more intensity, you can bring your fingers to your thigh or all the way down to the ground. Just don't put too much pressure on it. We want probably about 60% of what you can handle. Yeah. Breathing into it. You may feel this anywhere from the four fingers, through the knuckles, the palm of your hand. You may feel it up the wrist, up the forearm. It all depends on where the tightness in the fascia is in your body. Let the shoulder relax. Make sure it's not lifting towards the ear. One more breath. Now to come out of this, super, super gentle. Move your weight first. Use your other hand, gently lift the forearm, and then just let it sit there. Yeehaw. Who knew that the hand could feel that way, right? All right, we're not going to forget about the thumb. The thumb is next. Just want to give it a few more moments to let the hand relax a bit. All right, so from here, we're going to lift the forearm up so it's about chest height. Come underneath with the other hand, gently pull the thumb back. Same thing, just breathe into it. Two more breaths. Slowly release the thumb. Bring your hands back down. All right, now we get to do the other side. So tucking those left fingers underneath, either hold it with the other hand, bring it to your thigh or to the floor. If you're on your thigh or on the floor, you can slowly shift the weight forward to get a little more intensity. Just breathe into it. Just a few more breaths here. And gently shift your weight back. Use your hands, your right hand on the left forearm, gently lifting it up. Pardon me for a second. Zeus, come. Come here, Zeus. He's about to get into trouble. Just let your hand rest on your thigh. Aha, okay. He's not going to get into trouble. We're good now. Okay, let's move on to that thumb. So lifting the forearm so it's about chest height, reach your right hand underneath, grab the left thumb, gently pull it back so you'll get a nice stretch through those hands. Here he comes. Mr. Zeusy Zeus. Good boy, good come. Oh, okay. Gently release the thumb. Come here, buddy. Good boy, sit. Sit. Let your hands rest on your thighs. All right. So gently moving out of the seated position. I'm not sure where my words are this morning. And go ahead and sit on your tail, sit bones, and gently roll down to the spine. All right, so from here, we're gonna take the eagle arms again, right underneath, left on top. And this time, let your hands rest on your third eye. Or if you're in the other variation, you could just hug and let the arms rest where they will. Yeah, so this is very passive. I'm going to take the legs into eagle as well so we get a little hip stretch. So lift those legs up, give them a good stretch, a little shake. This to wake them up because we were sitting on them for a while. And then cross the right over the left. See if you can flip it, wrap it. Nice reclined eagle. Gently release the arms, bring them out to your side to a T. We're going to take the legs now into a spinal twist. So legs to the left. You can keep them in the eagle, or if that's too much on your back or your legs, you can unstack them. You can adjust how you need to so that your back is happy. We're looking for a stretch through the outer right hip and thigh. One more breath in the twist. And gently bring the legs back up through center. Let them dangle in the air. Give them a good shake. Good. You can leave the legs up in the air if you'd like. And let's take eagle arms on the other side. So the left is underneath the right. Flip and wrap, or just simply hug, and then rest the hands on the third eye or on the mat underneath the shoulders. And this time, the left leg comes on top. If it's available, tuck the toe. If not, just let those legs float in the air. It's all good. Now gently untangle the arms. Bring them out to your side to a T, and we'll take the legs to a spinal twist over to the right. Adjust the legs as you need. This does open the chest as well as stretch the outer hip. On your inhale, bring the legs back up through center. Give them a good shake. Well, let's take happy baby. Nice steady breath in your happy baby. From here, let's take a floating bound ankle pose. So that means the bottoms of the feet come together, so do the hands. Knees can float out to the side. Let the heels drop down toward your pelvis. From here, release the hands off the feet, reclined bound angle pose. Arms can either rest on the belly, the heart and belly, out to the sides, or on your legs. Eyes can close. We're starting to move towards our Shavasana, so allow everything to start to melt and relax. Make sure that your face and your jaw are relaxed as well. When you feel ready, extend the legs long underneath you, finding your Shavasana. Legs roughly the width of the mat apart. Let them fall to their natural rotation. Make yourself comfy in your Shavasana and take rest. welcome to stay in your Shavasana longer if you wish. If you're ready to start to come out of it, deepen the breath. Find energy in the fingers, toes, wrists, ankles, hands, and feet. And let the arms extend up overhead. Bring the legs together underneath you. Nice long stretch. And hug the knees in towards your chest. Give a gentle rock from side to side. And roll onto your right side into fetal position, using the bottom arm as a pillow for your head. And gently bring yourself up to a seated position, eyes closed. Heart center, or one on your heart and one on your belly. Chin is gently lowered. Take this opportunity to check in with your breath, your body, your mind, and your spirit. How do you feel after that practice? And always remember, it doesn't have to be rainbows and unicorns. It could come up ugly, that you feel angry or disappointed or frustrated when you come out of practice. It's all an expression of energy. And in order for those emotions, no matter where they are in the spectrum, to release, you have to experience them. When you experience them, it releases the energy to create space for new energy to come in. That's what it means when we say, let it go. Take a few moments now for some gratitude, something that you're thankful for in this moment. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. All right, so I hope that you feel pretty good after that practice. And good is relative. I know that I certainly have relieved some of the tension in my neck and shoulders from a weird sleep. That's where the motivation for this class came from. So feel free to refer to this practice at any time should you start to feel that. This is also good if you work on the computer a lot, or you're on your devices a lot and you start to like hunch and curl forward, or you're using your wrists a lot. A lot of what we did was great for the fascia of the arms and the wrists to help relieve some tensions there. So, as always, I am grateful that you joined me. Namaste, my friends, and I will see you. Oh, today's Friday. I almost forgot. Have a beautiful weekend. I hope that Saturday and Sunday you take advantage and you do something beautiful for yourself, for your families, for your animals, whatever it is. Yeah, and I will see you on Monday. Bye. Zeus says bye too.